Good evening, ladies. How are you all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Glad that you're here. Listen. I want to get your honest opinions about what's going on in the world of dating and relationships. Let me ask you this first question. If you had a choice of being in a relationship, or rather being single or being in a relationship, what would you rather have?
I feel like there needs to be more context, because if it's like my guy, then of course I'd rather be in a relationship.
What about you?
I think it depends on the person.
Okay, all right.
I thrive being single now, but if there was somebody that we were both willing to like fully commit to being in a relationship, then I wouldn't mind being in a relationship.
Cool. Let me ask you this. Do you all feel positive about the state of relationships in America today?
Probably not.
No. We have a lot of healing and growing to do before we have a healthy relationship.
Say more about that. What do you think? What do you mean by that?
I think that a lot of people trauma bond. Like people bond on hurt. We were just talking about the other day. I don't know. I feel like people have to work on their self a little bit more before they start trying to be in relationships. Because once you're in a relationship with somebody, now you have expectations on this person. And when people date, I don't feel like we have those type of conversations anymore. So I feel like, we could get there, but it's gonna take work.
So in light of what you all saying, does that mean that like the question of marriage, is that like a hard thing, or is that a challenge, or is it off the table, or what?
I think it's a challenge. I know, of course, both men and women need to do a lot of growing and a lot of work, probably go to therapy. But I also feel like sometimes like the man is supposed to be the leader and does a lot to prove that they're the leader and strive for that leadership. But then when it's time to do things that leaders should do, which is maybe sometimes be the bigger person, or maybe like not argue, if your girl's being petty about something, maybe communicating to her how you feel about that versus y'all being on the same level. Because then it's like, it's hard for that woman to then follow the leader when he acts the same, they act the same way.
Okay. So did you have anything to add to that?
Nah, she took the cake with that one.
Yeah.
I fully agree.
Versus the man be like, hey, honey, this is how I feel about this. I don't think that it's as serious as this or this. And this is like, let's work on it. Let's do this and this. And then I feel like any rational woman would be like, you know what? You right.
Yes. That's what I was about to say. Yeah. I feel like we as women, we could make it a little bit safer for men.
Okay.
Like give them a safe place with their emotions, because I feel like society already like promotes toxic masculinity where men can't really like express themselves. So I feel like if we as women make that safe, nurturing place, we can help each other, honestly. I don't feel like it's rocket science. Like,
you make it safe for us,
right?
We make it safe for you.
All right. Well, let me ask, since you said that, do you think women are invested in that? We live in the age of like women empowerment and feminism and everything like that. Do you think women really care about making things safe for men to be themselves, to be healthy and whole in relationships?
I think that my opinion on that is, I feel like if we just, go back to the history of how women have been treated, like in society by men, and I'm not saying specific men, I just mean like how we couldn't vote, we couldn't own land, we had to be property, we had to do this and that. I feel like a lot of men have passed down, internalized a lot of those different beliefs in different ways, which cause like, I can't speak for everybody, of course I'm generalizing, but just off of a lot of the stuff that I see women saying on social media, I feel like there's a lot of harm and trauma that's been done, and I feel like there should be a study or something on how traumatized women are, because a lot of these reactions that you're talking about, like, oh, I don't want to be feminine, I don't want to do that, those are trauma responses.
Yeah.
That's, being feminine is, sometimes it's seen as being vulnerable, right?
Okay.
It's like being in a vulnerable state. And without having our men being in a position where they're out here actively trying to protect and provide for us, it wouldn't be safe for you to be in that state. It wouldn't. That masculine energy is what is keeping you safe, is what's keeping people from not fucking with you or not doing this and that to you. That's what's stopping them. Because if you live in that vulnerable feminine energy, but you don't have no protection, you don't have no masculine energy, then that's how I feel. I feel like you'll get trampled on, and I feel like a lot of men haven't acknowledged what their role is, and it causes us women to like, okay, you don't want to do your role, so I'm gonna have to kind of do both of these roles, or I just won't be safe in these streets. Like,
yeah. So since you said that, you know, we had the Oscars just recently, and there's a lot of stuff about Will and Jada Smith and everything like that, and there are people on different sides. I mean, you got women who are saying that, you know, yay, Will, we glad he came to Jada's defense and all that kind of stuff. And then you got a whole bunch of men who are saying, no, I mean, he went too far. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have took all this anger on Will Smith. Do y'all have any feelings about that whole situation?
I feel like, well, I'm gonna let
it's very sticky. I have mixed emotions, but one thing that I can point out is I feel like if he would have said that and Will didn't do anything, then I feel like, you know, he would have got ridiculed for not protecting his woman. It's sticky for me. What do you think?
I feel like black women have become the butt end of a lot of jokes. And I feel like it's been normalized to mock black women. Like, I feel like
and protect everybody
even
else.
A lot of comedians mock black women. A lot of the like funny content creators, they do content doing what? Dressing up like a black woman and mocking.
Yeah.
I felt like Chris did not deserve to get slapped, but I also feel like he had a lot of internalized hate because, you know, when he was talking to, I think her name's Giselle, like right before he said his joke about Jada, if you notice, he kept it cute. He kept it real cute with her. But then when you got to the black woman, you had to disrespect her. Yeah.
We alive.
When he got to the black woman, he had to disrespect. And I feel like black men should get uncomfortable with disrespecting black women because there is a possibility that she does have a protector and provider.
Okay.
And he's not going to
that's what I love about it.
He's not going to tolerate that. And the thing that I wish more of those guys would realize is they're not going to let nobody get up there and talk about their mama. So us women, we shouldn't have to compare ourselves to your sister and your mama to understand why we deserve protection. And why we shouldn't be disrespected. Because as soon as you flip it around and you're like, okay, well, what if Chris Rock was talking about your mom? Then it's like, oh no, I would never let someone talk about my mom. Okay, Jada's the mother.
Yeah.
Why should she get talked about?
Protect black women.
Protect black women.
At the end of the day.
All right.
Like,
so you're okay with a black man possibly losing his life or going to jail in the sole purpose of protecting a black woman?
I think that
I feel like, okay, say you are a black man, you have a family, and someone comes in the middle of the night and try to rob you, and that's it. I mean, it's hard because we already have it hard here. A white man can go and shoot somebody for disrespecting him or, you know, infiltrating on his space, but if a black man does the same thing, he gets ridiculed differently. So I feel like if it was like even, I don't know. That's a good question. You got me stuck.
I feel like what you said happens regardless. It happens every single day. So I don't think that that's a reason to not protect your black women. I think that we should all be protecting each other. So I won't even say protect black women only. I want to say protect
black units.
Everyone.
I mean, yeah, everyone.
You know
but I feel like
protect
black men and black women, we kind of have to separate ourselves from the collective. We have to separate ourselves from the collective because obviously we keep trying to say, help me, help me, help me. Nobody's coming to rescue us.
So we need to work
Nobody's
together.
coming to help us. We can do it ourselves. So
wow.
I think we need to protect each other.
Protect each other.
That's what it all comes down to.
Listen, ladies, I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
You all enjoy your night.
You.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Peace.